maximum impact in the United States and limited, but not zero, it's limited impact in Canada that we can affect. And my commitment, our government's commitment, is that we will use all of the revenues from those tariffs to the size of our economies, the extent to which we should match. The government has proposed, and with the 150 billion identified size of our economies, the extent to which we should match. Proposed, and with the 150 billion identified.
Hi, good morning. So I'm getting the van organized, and the more I get it organized, the more I enjoy it. The more I use it, the more I figure out what I need to change, what's working, what's not working. I've had a problem with the Solo not really working very well, and how it's wired up and how it's connected and how it's functioning, bit of a waste of space. What I can get, and the reason why I still want to keep it at the moment, is I can boil a kettle. I can use my coffee machine. If I stay in the sun, I can use it quite a few times. It keeps charging the battery, but it's a very small car battery, so you can't do a lot with it. But I've discovered yesterday that I've got a 200 watt solar panel, but I actually thought I had a 400 watt. So that explains why I've been disappointed with it. Because 200 watt can't do a lot, you know. Like, for example, if you put it on charge for a couple of hours, it would charge the battery, and then you'll use it within 30 minutes. So you've got to wait for another 2 hours, and that's if it's sun shining. So I think you can see that's a waste of time. So I went yesterday to talk to the guy that sold me the aircon, and told me that this big battery at the back would last 5 days. And yeah, he can't understand it, doesn't make sense, blah blah blah. He'll check it out, and he'll speak to the battery company, he'll speak to the aircon company, find out what's happening. So I'm going up again today, and I'm going to tell you, I know already he won't have done it. So I'm back in that where I was like about 2 months ago, whenever it was, January, middle of January, doing this story of going up there, see what's going on. I think that went on till the end of January. I can't remember when I took it out of the shop. But anyway, I'm back into that process. So I'm off up there now. And I also talked to him about buying a much bigger solar for the back, just for that battery. I sent him the link, the one that I thought was good, and he hasn't replied. But he said if I send him the link, he'll check it out and he'll let me know if it's a good idea to order that one. Now that one is 8,500 baht, so that's almost £200. Don't know what it is in dollars. I don't know, $250. And to be quite frank with you, I'm not really in a position to be spending that money now. I'm going to wait till the 26th when my credit card's paid and put it on my credit card. That gives me another 30 days. Bit silly, but I need to use the van, you know. I spent all this money on it, I need to use it. So we'll see what he says. So I'm off up there now, maybe on a wasted journey, but the only way I can do it is put pressure on him like this. It's the only way I can get any kind of an answer. That's why I'm with that. So toilet's working perfectly now, don't have any problems with that. I've got used to emptying it, and like I said, I make sure that I'm careful how I use it without going into too much detail. So that's not a big deal now, emptying that. I obviously don't like it, who does? Who would in the right mind? So that's why I'm with that toilet. What else? Cooking. I haven't really done much cooking, but I am going to start doing, and I've decided to stop all alcohol in the van. I enjoy it when I'm doing it, but I feel rough after. Get nothing done, because I sit there drinking, and when I get to the second one, I don't do nothing because I'm just drinking. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to probably do it once a week. I don't see it probably doing it once a week. If I'm in a great location, and I'll do it once a week, and I think that's good enough. So I'm hoping I can keep that going. I kind of, when I decide I want to do something, I can't normally just do it right away. I have to build up to it, and I've been building up to it now for a while, because I keep telling myself every day how shit it is, and eventually one day I wake up and I listen. So that's where I am with that. Quite sure. I didn't drink yesterday. No plans to drink today, so we'll see. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I know it ruins my life. Don't get anything from it. I feel fresh today. Not as fresh as I would be if I didn't drink for 2 weeks, because I know what it's like when you don't drink for several months. You feel great. So that's a good thing that I do know. It does work when you stop drinking. I used to convince myself it made no difference to me. Typical alcoholic. Yeah, so that's where I am. What's next? So I'm off up there. Business is absolutely in the toilet. And the thing is, the more I keep saying that, the deeper it gets. So I've heard it from a couple of people that have actually sold something. Not much. And I have had, the last couple of years, I've had a few like little tweaks of inquiry. So I have to convince myself there's business out there. I've just got to be positive. You know, I've just got to get positive about it, and then I'll make it happen. And in all the time I've been here, I've always been able to make it happen. Next thing, I ordered some money. I did a transfer from my bank on Sunday in the UK from the Halifax. And now it's Tuesday morning and it hasn't arrived. I always thought it came in 24 hours. So I'm going to count Sunday as a no day. So Monday is a day. So it has to come today. If it doesn't come today, I will be worried. It didn't come at 9 o'clock. Now I think once it's in the country, you get it that morning. So I suppose, I do think Sundays don't make any difference because it's all on the computer. So if I don't get the money today, I've done something wrong. I've put the wrong account number in or something. I must have. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. Also, another thing is, I was going to say that I put my address in Thailand, but that's the address of the bank that I'm transferring it to. My bank in England is in my address in England, so yeah, they know that. So yeah, so I don't know. I think if it doesn't come this afternoon, I'll start panicking, and if it's not here tomorrow morning, there's something wrong for sure. And then I'm going to have to get my son to Western Union with some money because I can't last after tomorrow. For me, money I've got enough for now, but I've got to pay people and they don't like waiting, you know. So yeah, and I need a lot of money. 25th I've got to pay my credit card. The 30th I've got to pay 2 cars. I've got to pay my credit card and my car on the 25th. And then I've got to pay another car and my house at the end of this month. So I've got to get my act together, make sure I know exactly how long it takes, but I don't want to send more if it gets lost. So I need to just wait, be patient. I've got till the 25th. I think it's the 18th today, is it? 19th. So I need to decide by tomorrow which way I'm going on that. Yeah, that's that. So what am I going to start doing in my videos? I can go out and I can sleep over. I started to learn how many hours my aircon lasts. Now in the daytime, if it's a hot day outside and I can't avoid the sun where I'm parking, and I put the aircon on about 28, 30 is no good, I sweat like hell. Not sweat, but I'm uncomfortable. On 28 I can manage. I like really cold, but on 28 I can survive. So you might say, what you're doing sitting inside on a beautiful day. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's so hot outside. It's not much pleasure sitting outside your van, I'm going to tell you. It's just too hot. You ask anybody who live in houses, they don't sit outside their house on their balcony when it's this hot. You can't. If you go and sit on the beach, that's a different story. But I've got my dog with me. She can't sit on the beach. A lot of places she can't go actually. But anyway, so I've realised that when I go out now, I've found some fantastic spots. And this weekend is the time that I start doing videos and possibly some drone shots of these beautiful locations. So come Friday, possibly Saturday, depends on how my week goes, maybe even Thursday, I don't know, but depending on how my week goes, I will be going out this weekend and I'll be going to some of these nice locations and doing some videos with some lovely views and shots and scenery. And I'll know that if I put the aircon on, you know, when it starts going dark, like 7 o'clock or whatever, then it's going to last the whole night and a little bit the next day. So that means the next day I've got to have a means. If I want to start more than one day, I've got to have a means of recharging it. Now, I bought for a while ago, I've been buying things over the course of about 6-9 months, to be honest with you. It's not like I've done it all in one go. But I bought a generator. Generators is great. It will charge the battery in about 2 or 3 hours. So, and it costs me not very much. More expensive than if I use my electric on grid in my house. But it's cheap. The only problem I've got now, when I pull the string, you've got like a string that you have to pull to kick-start the generator. And I've been pulling it and I can't get it to start. But when the boy that works with me, he pulls it, first time it starts. So the problem is I'm not strong enough to pull it hard enough and fast enough to start it. So that's a problem. Now the thing is, if I get stuck, I will drive my car somewhere reasonably okay to run the generator and I'll find somebody to start it for me. And I believe, and I have to believe, that over time, probably a few months, if that generator's been run a fair bit, you know, it's been pulled a few times, it might get easier, it might get slacker. So I don't know if there's a way of slacking it off. If anybody knows, let me know. But I will actually go and try and find out if there's a way of slackening it off. In fact, I'll contact the people that sold it to me and find out if there's a way of slacking it off. So, but in the meantime, I don't see that as a big problem because I will find somebody to pull that. They only have to give it 1 or 2 tugs and they're away. Any guy will be strong enough to do that. So that's not a major problem. Yeah, I don't see that as a major problem. Right, so that's that. And like I say, I'm going today to find out about this solar. So if I'm lucky and things work out, if I order this solar on the 26th, I've got like a week to talk this guy into getting his finger out from his backside and let me know if this is the right solar. Even if I have to go up there every day, I'll go up there till he answers me. Right. So then, if that's going like that, then the what can I call it? The aircon might not need any help if it's got like a 600 amp generator running it when the sun's so hot. Maybe I'll just need the generator for times when there's no sun. That's not very often here, because even when it's a miserable day, the sun shines through. You know, I sat outside when it's been, you know, not sunny, and you can burn. That sun's getting through the clouds. Only when it's raining a lot there is a problem. thing I have to remember to do is to check on the top. They're putting the ladder back today. The ladder's been off for a while, but I'm putting it back today. Don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I'm putting it back. I want to climb up. I can't see what's going on. I suppose if I put my drone up, I'd see. But I need to climb up sometimes and check it. I want to see that when they put the brackets on the solar, that they haven't covered any of the solar panel, because that stops it working properly. Even if you've got a leaf on there, a leaf can stop it working properly. Now, I didn't know any of these things before, of course, but I'm learning the art of van life. And of course, I'm not a van lifer. I'm part-time, not even part-time at the minute. I'm kind of a day here and there. But I have a plan to do it more and more, and I'm going to tell you, it's starting to build on me. But only since I've been getting organised. I'm still not organised. Because you don't know, you have to go out in it, you have to figure out, well, I've been out 4 times now, I've not even considered using such and such. So you think, I don't need to take that next time. And then when you're out, you think, oh, I wish I'd have brought a such and such, so you put that in. So I know that I've lightened the load a little bit, but then again, I've got to put the generator in and the ladder back on and something else. Ladder, generator, a new battery for the front eventually, and the bike and the tow thing. The bike and the tow thing, I'm not putting that on until I go off for like weeks on end. I'm just not going to do it. When I go off and I'm going to travel up country, then I'm going to take it. But for now, I'm not taking it. So all down the side of my house, I've still got a lot of stuff there. Over this next week, I'm going to get loads of boxes set up so that everything is in a box. So I've just got a line of neat boxes. And every time I can, over the coming weeks, months, I can take things out, put things in, swap them around. And then maybe by, I don't know, another few months, I'll know exactly what I'm doing. The other thing is, I've been seriously considering to take this front passenger seat out altogether. I'm in turmoil about it. If I take it out altogether, I'll have to put some kind of storage unit and a seat that my dog can sit on. And I can use it for storage, and I can also use it to sit on. Because the only place I can sit in my camper, I'm calling it a camper now, not a mobile one, because it's a camper. I have to accept that. So where I can sit in my camper is one little chair, and you have to sit up straight. Not so comfortable. It's okay, but not so comfortable. So I'd have to sit in the front if I want to sit back and have like a snooze. So I'm kind of separate from the camper van, which I don't really want to be. So I'm in 2 minds, but if I take that out, then I've got no driving seat for anybody who wants to come with me. Not that anybody's coming with me. I mean, say, any reason to have a passenger for something. So I booked it in, then I cancelled it, then I booked it in, then I cancelled it. Now I've decided I'm going to wait until I've taken the red plate off the car and I've got the license sorted out. So it's going to be made as a van with 2 seats. So I'm going to wait until it's been in for the test and checked out and the government authority have looked at it, rather than do that now. So that's on hold. And I know that if I'm lucky, I've got another month before I have to take this red plate off. Another thing I forgot to mention, I'm still on the way to this shop, by the way. Another thing I forgot to mention is I'm going to start doing some shorts. Shorts mean like 2 minutes or 1 minute views of what I'm up to. And I'm going to start putting them on TikTok to try to generate some people to my channel. So, and the last video I did was over an hour long. And I thought about it. And I thought, who wants to watch a YouTube video about me just yapping on for an hour. So I don't think anybody does really. And I think when they see it's an hour, I think they automatically turn off. So let me know if you can in the comments. I know nobody will, but I've got to ask. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, if you watched it for an hour. Because I can't tell who watched it for an hour. I'll have an idea, because you get to know the amount of viewing time per video, and then you see how many people clicked on it. So let's say 10,000 people clicked on the viewing and you get 1 hour's watch time. You know, they lasted like seconds. So you know that they didn't like it as soon as they clicked on it. And that idea. So if you get like, if I try to look at it early on, and look at the analytics early on when I've had like 20 views. When I've had like 20 views and I've had like 2 hours of viewing, I know they're my real followers that watch every time. And I've not really got many real followers, to be honest with you. I think I've got about 150 actual people, which is a lot, you know, I mean, I'm not complaining. But I think I've got about 150 real followers that watch. And even all those don't look at it all the way through, but they give it a go, you know, they might watch 5 minutes and show interest. And you get the odd ones that watch it all the way through. I think it takes years to get thousands of followers that watch it all the way through. So yeah, I think it takes years for that, which is fine. I don't know how many years I've got left in my life, but hopefully I've got enough to reach that. So yeah, I haven't actually checked my analytics for a while because I haven't been doing any videos, to be honest. A lot of things got me down. I am prone to get depressed. Yeah, if things are not working out for me, especially after I've had a big high. I mean, doing this van has been a big high, a big adrenaline run. And I've been excited, but I've also had a lot of stress from it. And I think once I reached the point where I was running out of money and I knew that I had to stop, I think it hit me really hard. And I really hit a low. I actually had a couple of days where I didn't get out of bed properly, and I just slept most of the time. I just slept. When I sleep in the day like that, it's because I'm proper exhausted and everything's getting me down. So I've just had a period of that. So hopefully after a week, 10 days of that, which I've just hopefully come out of, and I feel like I'm coming out of it. I put a bit of jewellery on and, you know, made a little bit extra effort, put a dress on rather than a tatty t-shirt. And I've arrived at this place now, so I'll go in and I'll be back out in a matter of minutes because I know what the answer is already, but we'll see. See you in a minute. I tell you what, the traffic in here, I don't know what it's like other places, but I pulled out, there's nothing much behind me, and I wasn't going very fast because I was just pulling out, and then they're right up your arse, so fast, doesn't half annoy me, just so dangerous. Right, so I've come out from the shop, I had a chat, he wasn't there. And I said to the girl that works close with him, like the manager, I said, did he check about the aircon? I don't know, I tell him, but I don't know. I said, well, you need to telephone him. I've come from Railway and I want to know. So, it's the first time I've been that hard. Because, you know, before I had too much at stake by upsetting them. Now I don't feel like I've got so much at stake. I'll just go to another place. But I'm trying to stay loyal. Right, so she called him and then I said, did you check? Yes, I checked. I don't believe he did. And I said, so what did they say? They said, he said exactly what I told him. that if I sit where there's no sun on the car and it's the night time, it lasts about 10 hours, 10-12 hours. But if I sit in the sun, it lasts 5-6 hours. So I said, what did they say? He said, well, if you sit in the sun, it'll last 6 hours. If you sit in the shade in the night time, it'll last 10-12 hours. And I thought, oh fuck, that's what I just told you yesterday. And I said, well, I told you that. He said, yeah, but they told us that before. I said, they told us 5 days. He said, yeah, but now they're saying the same what I've told him. But he said they're going to tell him how to fix it. I mean, fix what? Fix what? You can't change the battery. I think what they're trying to say is the aircon fan may be on too high. Well, to be honest, it's a big aircon. It's a small van in comparison to the side of the aircon, but it never feels really cold in here. If it's on like 22, then it feels cool. But if you sit near the driver's seat, it doesn't feel cool there. It's not perfect by any means. I must admit, this is the hottest time of the year. March, April, May are hellish, really. Very, very hot. And imagine being inside a vehicle as well. It's hot outside. It's hellish sitting outside. Then if you're in a metal box, it's going to be hotter. And I don't know where the hell I'm going now, to be honest with you. To be honest, why I don't know where the hell I'm going is because I've got nowhere to go that I need to go. Anyway, I'll just keep going wherever it is. I'll probably have a little bit of lunch outside. I want to get myself perked up for the weekend. Preferably, I'd like to go out Friday, even Thursday night. Yeah. So, I'm sort of rambling again. Yeah, so I've decided I've got to stop thinking about a couple of things. I was stressed out for a while because this solar that I put on was only boiling a couple of cups of coffee. But then I've realised now it's a very small battery, only 200 amps of solar, when I thought there was 400 amps of solar. That's what I'm going to get out of it. That's the only way I'm going to get boiled kettle, boiled coffee. That's the only way it's going to work, because it's just too powerful to work on any of the batteries that I've got. So I've got to accept that. So I'll move on from that now until I can afford more solar. The generator, I have to take it with me when I'm going away for more than one day, one night. And then I have to find somebody to help me to start it. Not the end of the world. I'll go and park somewhere where I know there's people knocking around. I know there's a parking place, for example. I know I'll find a place here, that's not a thing. So that can get sorted out. So I can regenerate the battery to be full again. And I can't afford to buy solar at the minute. I can, but I'm using money from England, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to wait till the 26th after I've paid my credit card, and then I'm going to order one. But I can't order one till this guy in this workshop confirms which is the right one to use. He said he's going to check with the battery company today to see if we can connect it to solar. But you know what? I've just thought, guys, I'm going to ask him. The guy speaks perfect English, and he's on Lazada or Shopee or whatever. I'll contact him myself today, ask him how much solar I can put in. I can't keep slowing down like this. It makes me absolutely crazy. Yeah, so that's where I am with that. I'm going to do that when I get back. I'm going to sort that out.